Applying to West Point. How to apply to get into West Point. How to apply to get into West Point. You can do it, because I did it too. What's up, guys? This Skye. I am Skye, and Skye am I. Now, applying to West Point. I can tell you about applying to RTC scholarships as well, because I did it and I got all 4-year scholarships for them. So I will make another video about that. But for this sake of this video, for this purpose, I will make one about West Point. If I can do it, you can do it. I mean, you have to have the will. You have to be determined. You have to have the internal tenacity to keep moving forward despite opposition, right? Those 3 things, you will be on your path to West Point. So for West Point, the application process, you need to make sure that, 1, you are academically sound. Number 1, you need to make sure you're academically sound. West Point looks at you holistically. What that means is you're the whole concept. Whole concept, right? It's not just a part, it's not just a half, it's not just a sliver. You have to be a whole rounded, well-rounded person. If you're just focused on your academics, you have no other community service skills, no other interpersonal skills, no other, you're not a relatable person, you don't do any activities outside of school, you're not the best candidate. So, West Point, why? Because the Army is about people. You need to be well-rounded when you're dealing with people. Well-rounded, academically sound, and physically fit, right? So academics play a big role. Make sure you're keeping your grades up. That's all I have to say. Keep your grades up. Do well in your ACTs, your SAT scores. For me, I had to take my SAT like a lot of times. Why? Because as smart as I may look, when it comes to test taking back in high school, I didn't do so well. So I took it a lot of times. I studied for it, and then I came out successful, and I did get a high enough score to apply, right? So practice. It's all about practice, repetition. Practice the test. You're not good at something, you practice it, right? Then physically fit. You must be physically fit. What do you expect? It's the military, right? So in the military, it's always important. Like your physical fitness comes first. Right? Imagine for God forbid, you're somewhere, if you're in the military, you're somewhere in Afghanistan and all the Humvees are broken down and all you have to do, you have to run back to base. If you can't run and people are chasing you, how you expect to be successful? How you expect to complete the mission? Be mission ready, right? Part of being mission ready is being physically fit, right? So when you're applying to West Point or any other RTC scholarships or anything military related, you have to make sure that your fitness comes first. You need to be physically fit. So what physically fit means for West Point, they take this thing called the CFA, and it's a test basically testing your ability to do certain events like push-ups, your 2-mile run, sit-ups, flex arm hang, pull-ups, or that's the alternate event, how far you can throw a ball. Now, but that's what I had to do. So I had to make sure I was training and I was making sure that I was eating right, eating healthy, and could maintain the workload and the physical fitness portion of it. So that's what I did. I got myself ready and I prepared and I took the test and I was successful. And if you need any tips about what to do, how to prepare, I got you. Comment me down in the comments. Hit me up. I got your response, right? Yeah, so I got really jacked when I entered West Point. I think I'm pretty physical fit. I am a West Point women's boxer. Ding, ding, ding. Not to ring my own bell, but you know, it's a really big accomplishment. it was something new for me because I have never ever boxed before in my life. So once I got to West Point, I joined the boxing team and I made it, and I'm a boxer, yeah, right? So I never boxed. That's another part that kind of got me jacked, but to be physically fit at all times.
Knockout of the year! Boom shakalaka!
Sorry, no. Alright, anyway. So, back at it. West Point. Academically sound, physically fit, and the whole holistic person. Well-rounded, well-versed, and you have to come out of your comfort zone. Because you have to understand, when applying to West Point only accepts a very limited amount of people. As any other Ivy League college, West Point is very particular about who it selects. You have to make sure that you're meeting and exceeding those pillars: academically sound, physically fit, and your character. It's all about your character, who you are as a person. Who you are as a person is what West Point cares about. Are you a person that's a snob that doesn't care about anybody? Are you selfless? Are you a selfless servant? Or do you care about other people? Are you a team player? All that good things. All those stuff compile into what West Point is looking for. So making sure you're exceeding those categories. So the application process itself is very long.
One eternity later.
Because they pick a very particular type of person. You then have to, it's very interesting because for the military academies, you need a congressional nomination or a nomination from your JROTC program if you're coming out of high school. So for that congressional nomination, what you do, you go to your local Senate or congressman's office, and you need person in government to sign off saying that, hey, this person, I've interviewed with this person is a good fit for the academy, this person is well-versed, well-rounded, and is very ample and very capable of achieving standards that the academy sets out for you, right? So after you do that, I applied out of Georgia. My congressman at the time signed off on my congressional nomination to get me into the military academy. At any military academies, I believe you need a congressional nomination or a JROTC recommendation from your senior Army instructor if your JROTC program is an honor with distinction. It might be different now, they might have changed it. And after you submit your nomination, you're gonna have to have teachers give you recommendations, like any other college or anything you're applying to. At the university level, they ask for teacher recommendations from your academic counselors, from people that coaches or your mentors. They're gonna ask for you to get a recommendation from them. Why? Because they want to hear what other people have to say about you as a person, who you are. After you get the recommendation, you have to write a series of essays about yourself and about different things, different questions they might ask you on your application. So on my application, they asked me to write a personal essay, like any other college entrance essays. I wrote my essay, and I basically talked about my career aspiration, how I was involved in my community. That's another thing, you have to be involved in your community. Community service is a big thing, because they want to see that you're not just concerned about yourself, but also concerned about the well-being of others in your community. Community service involvement, I wrote about my career aspiration of becoming a JAG officer and how the military was best suited to fit me in that need. I wrote about my experiences and what got me to the point thus far in RTC and JRTC, my leadership, different leadership activities I involved myself in around the school. I was well versed in high school. I did a lot. I was in a lot of clubs, activities. I was on the flag football team.
Touchdown!
First ever high school female flag football team at my high school. And I was captain, I was quarterback, I was physically fit, right? I did track for like a year. I did basketball for like 3 years, or 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. I was on the Beta Club, the National Honor Society. I did a lot of things, right? And when all of that is said and done, you put your packet together, or your nominations, your physical fitness tests, scores, you do your ACT or SAT, which one you choose. Then you do your recommendations, and then your essays, and then you mail it off to them, and you cross your fingers and you pray to God that you get accepted. And then they tell you, you got accepted. It's all about your determination. West Point is something you really have to work for. Nothing in life worth having comes easy. If you really want it, like West Point is a prestigious military institute, the most prestigious military institute in America. So it's something I consider worth having. So I put my whole heart, my whole effort, my whole energy into applying, and my energy paid off, right? That's what happened to me for West Point. I sent that off, I prayed about my application. And that's why I'm here where I am today at the Military Academy, finished my first year as a cadet. And if you're watching this video right now, please like, subscribe, comment, share, right? All that good stuff. I will get back to them. Any questions, comments, concerns you have, any suggestions, anything you want me to talk about, any questions about West Point or how I got to where I am, please hit me up. Thank you. I'm Skye Williams and I approve this message.